Conscious approval.
Hey there, everybody, and welcome back to Hardcore Heroes. There are hobgoblins. There are 6 of them. They are at the bottom of this hill, and as you guys burst over the top, the dwarves get a bit of a war cry. They start, and then they kind of stop, realizing that maybe we're not supposed to be giving war cries, but we're so used to it we don't know what to do.
I assume we get surprise, because they're
Yeah.
totally unaware.
Let's
Is
see.
there a save for surprise? I can't
There
tell.
is a roll for surprise.
Yeah,
Yep.
there is.
They are not surprised.
Son of a bitch.
Shit.
Son of a bitch, yeah.
I mean, they still can't close the gap with us in the first
No.
round, so Entangle will still...
All right, Sean. Initiative.
All right, I'll roll
You're
it.
the man with the plan.
That's true. Watch me roll a 10. Oh,
Big money, yes.
I rolled good for once.
Very good.
Oh, we
Okay.
get the new battle music.
New battle
All right.
music. Thank courtesy of Tabletop Audio with all
I
the
have to
great
turn
battle
on
music.
The new battle music.
Okay. So do we win initiative, Neil?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Cool. I close the 40 feet that I need to be able to cast this, or the 60 feet that I need to be able to cast the spell, and then cast Entangle right in the middle of that group of hobgoblins.
Boom. What is
Actually,
the
hold
AoE of Entangle?
I think it's 40. I think it's a 40-foot cube. Yeah, 40 feet.
Boom.
Holy
Boom
shit!
indeed.
Yeah.
All right, you cover them all.
Awesome.
All right.
I think
wanna-
if they fail their save, they are held fast. If they pass, they move at a slower distance, 10 feet per round until they can get out.
I'm gonna wait to see how many pass before I take my action now. They all fail, right?
I'm looking at the last one. They all fail.
All right. So let's rain hell on them, boys. I'll sling the closest one, Neil.
All right.
What's long range on a sling? It's pretty short, actually, isn't it? No, no,
So I have a
50,
question about these range, right?
yards.
We're not just flat distance from them. We're also up high, right?
Yeah, but
Right.
it's a very
Can
shallow
the
triangle.
height advantage we have
380.
like adjust our ranges?
That's true.
I think height might give you more maximum range, but I think the distance the arrow travels will, like, it'll increase what your long range is, but I think the accuracy won't
The
get any
accuracy.
better because you're still trying to shoot something X feet away.
Do we get a
know
flat
what I
save
mean?
bonus for them being held fast then, since they can't?
Plus
dodge a
2 for being held.
Okay.
How many yards are they away then?
Right now they're 240 feet, which is 80 yards.
So it would be medium range for the sling, is that right, Neil?
Correct.
It's medium range, yeah. And if I
So-
move up, sorry, I'm just looking at mine. Go ahead.
It's medium
So-
range for everything.
So +2 for being held, +1 for Thaco, and I won't have the +1 for Thaco.
No,
Do I get +1 for height?
not with a bow. Don't add the +2 either. That's a penalty of 2 to their AC.
Okay.
All right, slinging. 11. Thaco 19.
Thaco 19. No, that is a miss.
Okay.
Croak.
It's just a penalty of 1 for medium range, right?
2.
Penalty of 2.
Okay, so I'll just fire a flat d20 then.
So that's 18, Thaco 18.
Ooh, hit. Definite
Crit?
hit. No crits in this system,
Oh yeah.
thankfully.
Sorry. Icing with death.
Yeah.
4 points of damage. Should I just shoot my second round while we're...
No, let them, because some of them have javelins, and it's possible that they could somehow magically hit and kill you. Unlikely.
Okay. By the way, it's 1 turn is the duration of
Okay.
Entangle.
So 4 damage.
They get a
It
chance to
does
reroll though, don't they? Every time,
not
every
kill.
round.
No, it's you
Oh.
pass or fail for the whole time. I think
Sweet.
every round was either 3rd or 5th edition that they added it in. Maybe 4th.
5. Okay, cool. All their HP is recorded. So Croak fires, hits, wounds a hobgoblin. Malachi misses. The dwarves stand there yelling insults in Goblin, because apparently these dwarves speak Goblin.
Nice.
Um,
Hopefully the javelins go in their direction.
let's see, what is the range of a javelin?
Oh, I have
Don't
the
think-
missile weapon ranges.
Firing uphill as well now.
Javelin can go up to 60 yards max, so they're out of range.
Oh wow, okay.
No,
They
no.
cannot throw their javelins. Croak,
Wait, no.
Croak.
They're within 60.
Hold on, wait. I haven't taken an attack yet. Let me.
Neil, they're within 60 yards, I think.
No, we're 80 yards out.
You
Wasn't
cast
your
a spell
action
this
to
round.
cast a
Okay,
spell, Van?
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Wait, what?
It wasn't your action this turn to cast a spell.
Yeah,
Oh
it
yeah,
was.
sorry. That's right.
Okay.
I forgot we didn't have surprise.
So they're fine. We're just gonna. We've got 10 rounds of shooting on them.
So I hit him again with my second attack.
Oh god. Okay. Give me damage.
1.
It's enough to finish off the guy you wounded.
Good.
Alright. And we rain hell on him. Can I roll again, Neil? Next round?
Yep,
Yes,
next
initiative.
round.
Should we do
Initiative,
initiative?
that's
Or...
alright.
Yeah, because they can't do anything.
Hold on. So they struggle. This round, they all struggle against their bonds, trying to escape.
Yeah. They can't get out.
They can't get out, but they can maybe
Yeah.
start like literally cutting the bushes to shreds since they're larger. Like with the grasses, you'd be cutting grass all day to get anywhere, but the bushes you can start hacking them off. So let's keep rolling initiative while they try to cut their way to freedom.
Alright, who's up next? I'll do it.
Yeah,
8, sorry.
that's fine.
You go first.
Aha! Alright. 17?
Hit.
Are they large?
Medium.
Okay. 4?
Not a kill. You wound a hobgoblin through his shoulder.
Uh-huh.
Croak.
I shoot at the one he wounded. 15, Thaco 18.
Hit.
On point. Nice.
Yeah.
Take him down.
2 points of damage.
You hit him again. He's not dead.
Not dead. All right, I'm gonna fire one at the same guy. This is where we continue the streak of Van being the world's worst marksman. Yep.
You hit nothing.
Alright. What do they do, Neil?
All right.
Do I get my second attack at the end of the round?
No, at the end of the round, yes. But in the meantime, they begin to hack at the bushes holding them. Hobgoblins are clever critters. 2, 3, 4.
Maybe we should advance on them so they can't flee.
Advance?
It's clear where the bear the line is drawn for the entangle spell, right?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think the unentangled plants are
Just kind of
chilling.
chill. Okay.
Yeah. They begin to hack at the bushes, but they don't make any progress this round. No one rolled higher than a 6. Croak, get your second attack.
Good. Second attack. That
Hit.
hits.
Damn.
Jesus.
2 more damage to that hobgoblin.
Drops him to the ground.
Let me
Good.
miss my second attack here. Yep.
Miss.
Croak, your initiative.
You want me to roll initiative?
Yeah.
Initiative 5.
They go first. There we go. 3 of them hack the bushes that are holding them to shreds, immediately begin to flee, and run right back into other bushes that wrap around them. They yell loudly, which you can presume to be curses, while the dwarves laugh at them. Party's second round. Yeah, second attacks.
Oh. Never mind.
You only get
No,
one
very
attack
good.
per round, don't you, Nick?
Yep.
We haven't taken our attacks yet. This
Oh, okay, cool. So,
Can I,
There's no critical fumbles, right?
no.
No,
can
that
I
was
advance?
get javelined.
That's true. I don't want to get javelin. Not
No,
going
you
to
don't.
advance.
You sure?
Yeah.
I grab his shoulder and pull him back and say, Croak.
Okay, slap some sense into Croak at the last minute, and then he shoots his bow. 13, Thaco 18.
Hit.
3 points of damage.
Wounded.
Let's see. I'll shoot the same one as what Croak fired at, and we'll see if Van can actually fucking hit something for a change.
Big money.
Oh my god, come on. There we go. 11. Thaco 18.
Hit.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
D8. 5.
You finish off the wounded hobgoblin.
That's 3 dead?
That is 3 dead.
Alright.
One Redbeard nudges you, Malachi, and says, "They're offering to surrender."
You sure? Ah, you speak their language.
We both speak Goblin, it seems.
Perhaps we should kill 2 of them, leave 1 alive.
Redbeard
Seems
gives a
bad.
nod of approval.
All right.
Okay, hearing
I
that.
guess, yeah, I guess we just arbitrarily mark one to keep alive and shoot at the other two. Like I don't know where they are actually physically. I can't see anything, so we just.
Right. They were
Okay.
kind of standing near a circle. Some of them broke and ran. They're all within like 15 feet of each other. There's
So we just kind of point at one arbitrarily and say we'll keep that one, kill the others.
okay.
Okay.
I assume you're pointing that one out to shoot, and with my second attack at the end of the round, I shoot that one.
All right.
And
So,
I,
Hit him.
all right.
for 5 points of damage.
You drop him to the ground.
I say, okay,
two left.
don't shoot that one. And I point to another one arbitrarily.
Okay. All right. It's your initiative, Van.
Hold on, my second attack.
Oh, okay.
1.
Yes. All right. Initiative.
All right.
You go.
3.
Oh, you guys go first. These guys
Let me
didn't
get
have a
the-
chance.
Let me get the killing blow here. All right.
Entangle so strong.
15.
Hit.
3 damage.
Wounded.
Okay.
All right, I go
Finish
to
him off,
finish off
boys.
the wounded one.
All right.
No, I miss.
I fire. I miss.
Broken
right,
shell.
second-
Oh, hold on. They get there. These two guys try to cut their
Okay.
way free. The unwounded one cuts his way free, and then begins to try and pick his way carefully through bushes. Let's give him another saving throw versus
I
spell
tell
to
the
try.
dwarf to. Right.
Okay, so he starts to gingerly pick his way between various sets of bushes, at one point even leaping over a bush to avoid it, and starts to... it becomes very clear he doesn't know where the end of the entangling bushes are, because after like 50 feet, he's still like stepping
Hold
and
on,
sliding
Shouldn't
and
he only
leaping
be able
over.
to go at like a slower rate in this case, where he goes at 10 feet per round, as if he passed his save? It says 10 feet per round if you pass your save, until you get out.
Yes.
Because
That's
I would assume it's the similar thing there, where like the people who pass their save are carefully picking their way out.
I think the people who pass their save are able to... I don't understand what a pass save means for an entangle.
That's
But-
what you've just described, right?
Well,
gotta
so
be.
what I'm saying here is that he's moving in between the entangled area.
I'm just saying that, like, in the book, by the spell description, it says that people who pass their save can move at 10 feet per round until they're out of the area. So I feel like that would be the equivalent in this scenario. Like, him moving at 10 feet per round is him being very careful not to step into another entangle.
All right, that makes sense. Okay, so he's moved 10 feet towards the edge.
All right. I say to Redbeard, tell that one to get on the ground and surrender, and we'll let him live. The one who broke free.
He gives a shout and a cry. The other dwarves laugh. The hobgoblin that isn't fleeing looks up at you guys
And then I
intently.
shoot it with an arrow.
Roll the hit.
Come on, Van, finish it
Oh,
off.
sorry, I didn't know you missed. 18.
Hits.
Roll high.
4.
All right, he drops to the ground dead.
Right.
The one that
Alright.
was escaping puts his hands behind his head, interlocks his fingers, and just goes down on his knees.
Very
I guess
good.
we'll kind of like go down, maybe 100 feet or so, and we'll kind of hold our bows drawn so we're in short range. But we kind of wait a few minutes for the entangle to end.
I pull my sling away.
Okay. Redbeard starts talking to the guy in Goblin.
Ask him what he knows about the taxes.
They jabber in Goblin for a bit, and he says he claims to know nothing about taxes.
I
Don't
look at
ask about the taxes. Ask
Ask
him
him if
about.
they come about platinum recently.
No. Ask him about the caravans that have been robbed, right? They'll understand people getting attacked on the road. They won't necessarily understand gold and platinum and coins and taxes.
Redbeard looks to Malachi.
Yeah, do it.
He starts jabbering in Goblin. The Hobgoblin replies. Redbeard says, well, he claims he doesn't know anything about raids on wagons.
You
But
seem
I bet
skeptical?
Yeah, I seem sure as hell skeptical. Last year, these fuckers here waged war against Redport. Had a couple of mountain giants with them. And some weird fishmen thingies.
I'll check the bodies that they were standing around, Neil.
Wait for a few minutes. There's still a spell going on in that area. I say, ask him about the dead humans on the ground. What is this about?
There's translating, and he replies. He claims they found the bodies here. Redbeard
Tell me don't
spits on the
believe that for a
ground.
second. If he expects to live, he'd better give us the truth.
He insists they just found him.
We'll ask him what he was doing out here.
He and his men live out here. They're going foraging.
Where do they live?
It's further south.
Would he take us there?
He
If we
says
decide.
he would, but I don't trust him.
I have a question for him, Mr. Redbeard. If they just found these bodies here, they've been investigating them. Surely we saw them do that. What, in his estimation, created these dead bodies?
He says 2 of them look like they were beaten to death with clubs. One of them looks like it was hacked apart by a blade, a big one.
What are the
Ogres.
hobgoblins carrying?
The hobgoblins are carrying swords, axes, and javelins.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
Ask him what he thinks could have wielded such weapons and killed these men.
He says it's ogres. If it was giants, there'd be giant-sized footprints around.
Does he know where the ogres live?
Yeah.
How many are there?
Looks like there's a couple of tribes.
How big are the tribes?
Somewhere between 10 and 20.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
That's a lot of ogres.
Fun fact, I just know this off the top of my head. The number of ogres appearing, if you ever just randomly encounter them, is 2 to 20. You
Jesus.
literally just roll 2d10 for the encounter. You could just randomly walk through the trees and run into 20 ogres, all boiling a nice stew.
Well, ask him if he's got anything to offer for his life.
The hobgoblin clearly says something, and Redbeard shakes his head and goes, "No, he's got nothing."
Well, anyone else have any questions?
Can I cut his head
I'd like
off?
to have him tell us where these ogre tribes are making their stay.
Yeah.
He says he'll take us to the ogres if we promise to let him go.
I don't want him taking us to the ogres. I don't trust him.
What if we put him on a leash?
It's not that worries me. I'm worried he'll sell us out to them. I think we should get general directions and find these tribes on our own. Ideally, we could look for a half ogre or something along that nature in town. Perhaps we could.
Don't suppose you speak ogre, dwarf?
No, not a lick of it.
Well,
Would there be any half ogres in town? Is that something that I understand that'd be quite rare, but do you think there would be any?
In Hillsborough?
Yeah.
At least none that I have ever seen.
Mr. Van Helsing, I remember a half ogre. We slew him due to his dealings in halfling's feet.
ah, yes, I remember that man.
That was
Companion-
quite some distance away.
Well, he's dead now
However,
anyway.
One of his companions is from Hillsborough. It is quite possible said half ogre may also have lived here at one point.
With his family, perhaps. Of other half ogres.
That is true.
I do not believe half ogres are the familial type. I've yet to see an ogre marry a human woman, or the other way around.
Yes, usually
these are
their
the products
parents are a bit
of
more
violence and not generally accepted by either society, I would imagine.
Fascinating creatures. Well, Redbeard, get him to give us directions to both of the ogre tribes and his tribe.
You can kill them after that. These are hideous, evil creatures.
Amen. He talks to the hobgoblin for a while, then pulls out his axe, and the hobgoblin gets to its feet. The other dwarves surround him and grab him by the arms. There's a brief struggle, and it's not so much a head chopping as like a vicious, The Shining-esque ripping apart of a person.
All right.
So I want to go about doing 2 things. 1, looting the hobgoblin bodies, and 2, recovering all the arrows I can.
Okay.
Neil, before I said that, that would be like a pretty reasonable thing for a cleric of cheese to say, right? Like, hobgoblins are pretty fucking hideous, and they are also evil.
Yeah, don't think that's out of line with your goddess.
Yeah, especially since they like besieged the town and are working with giants.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't think Cheese would really mind if there were a few less hobgoblins in the world.
All right,
How many arrows did you fire, Croak?
I fired 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8.
fired 7, I think.
Is it just a D2 now?
Yeah, it's a 50-50.
I'm gonna roll 4 D2. Need 2 to recover.
Croak, you recover all but 3.
Okay.
I recover 2, right?
Sean, Sean, you recover all but 3.
Okay, so I get 4 back.
Okay. Well,
Also looting hobgoblins if they have anything.
Yes, the hobgoblins have some cash on them. JMD. I will get that value for you shortly.
1 sec.
Oh yeah, you have like the random loot table where it's like, yes, you get platinum pieces.
Yeah, it's weird stuff. Let's see. When the spell wears off and you guys can inspect the other corpses, it is clear that they actually have been dead for quite some time. They're bloated, they smell, they're covered in flies. They look like they've been dead for probably a few days.
That leads credence to the hobgoblin story. I
Can we
tend to believe it.
What kind of clothes are they wearing? Armor.
Hold on.
Do they look like men-at-arms?
No, they look like merchants.
And are all their valuables taken?
Nope. Yes, actually.
I inspect them for wounds. Like, is there any way I can try and get a glimpse of how these men may have died?
Clubs
Yes.
and a big sword.
Well, does that...
It looks like 2 of them have holes in them from spears, very large spearheads. One of them has been hacked apart from like the rib cage almost all the way through to the other side with a single stroke, and the others look like they've just been beaten to death, bludgeoned to death.
So the assertion that this was ogres seems reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
Well-
believe engaging ogres would be in our best interest, and I kind of like look over to the dwarves and see if they want to speak to the contrary on that one.
They say nothing. You find 100 copper. I'm still rolling the other stuff right now.
Okay.
Are we just gonna split?
I'll write it down and then split it between the 3 of us.
Okay.
Well,
100 copper, 100 silver, and 32 gold.
hey, well that pays for the dwarves.
Was there? Do you roll for platinum or electrum,
No.
or is that not in the table? Okay.
It's not for hobgoblins. There's a serious error in the hobgoblin treasure table. It says each goblin has a 10% chance to carry up to 6,000 copper, 10,000 silver, 15% chance to carry 10,000 silver, 50% chance to carry 3,000 gold, 15% chance to carry 600 platinum, 30% chance for 10 gems, 25% chance for up to 6 art objects, and a
Sounds reasonable.
15% chance for any 2 magical items and a potion.
Wait, are you saying that that's an error?
That is an error that each hobgoblin should not be carrying. It is on the wrong side of a semicolon, and they should have corrected that.
So guys, both of you take 33 copper, 33 silver, and 11 gold, and I'll take 34, 34, and 10.
Okay, so 33, 33, 11.
Sorry, say that again. I was
33, 33, 11 for us, Malachi, going up from copper to gold.
33, 33, 11. Hey, that pays for my dwarfs, so we're good.
Well done.
Thank you. Well, what now? Croak, Van, what do you think? Seems a fool's errand to chase down a group of 20 ogres.
I believe a scouting mission may be in order.
I agree with Mr. Van. It seems that we were contracted to discover the source of the missing caravans. Perhaps if we could identify these ogres' camps and see some stolen goods, we could identify them,
And be on
alert
our way.
the proper authorities, and return to our business.
I have no interest in attempting to remove the ogre tribes from these hills. That is business not meant for 6 people.
Yeah, I agree.
Good
could
to
probably
see you've
take
got
down
some
one or
sense
two.
in you.
We could probably take a couple.
Yes, but I don't want to.
No.
No.
I say perhaps we could alert the Baron in the town. He might be able to send a larger force out to deal with them, especially if
Yeah.
you can provide him locations.
If there's thousands of platinum in it for him, I'm pretty sure he's going to send everything he's got. Let's see if we can identify the cave and then report back. Are we in
Perhaps
agreement?
Yes, if we can identify the cave. For a next day, we should probably travel the road, see if we can find the cart. Perhaps they simply looted the cart and left it along the road.
If I had to carry thousands of coins, I'd take the cart with me.
That's true. Perhaps, I believe it was hundreds of platinum, but that is true. Perhaps there's still some sign of a struggle on the road. We might be able to get some clues as to what did it.
Yeah.
The nature of the footprints may tell us whether or not this was foul play.
Well, I may have a few tricks up my sleeve to confirm things when we make it to the Ogre's Cave. It's just... hope they're as stupid as they look.
Ogres are stupid, but I'm sure they would not appreciate you telling them that. If
Well,
there's
I
a
wouldn't-
time to not flaunt your intelligence, that may be...
No, I agree. I wouldn't intend for them to lay their eyes upon me. If you know what I'm saying.
Of course.
All right. Let's head in the direction. Should we pick Ogre Camp A or Ogre Camp B? Which is closer to town?
Ogre Camp A is closer to town.
Then I suggest we look at Ogre Camp B first and see if it's got what we were looking for, and then if it doesn't, we stop by Ogre Camp A on the way back to town.
Okay. Agreed. So we head off to Ogre Camp B now.
Okay, Ogre Camp B is significantly further from town. God, Neil, what have you done?
Are we talking days from town or just a few hours?
We're talking like many hours, maybe a day or two more.
Okay. What do we
So
think?
if you would look at the map, you see Rock Peak, that large mountain that sticks up.
Yep.
The first Ogre Camp is on the Hillsborough side of the mountain. The second Ogre Camp is maybe a third of the way down past the mountain.
Okay,
Maybe
let's
we
go,
should-
to the, let's go to the
yeah.
closest one then.
Yeah.
And then if it's not there, we'll regroup and make a bigger expedition.
Agreed. Ogre Camp A then.
Off to Ogre Camp A you guys go.
Okay, as soon as we see any sign of ogres, I'm going to stop the party and suggest that Croak should sneak ahead and attempt to locate the source of the cave and then return to me.
Yeah. So the instructions you got were to follow this valley that the hobgoblins are in now, in this one direction, and just keep following the valley. At a certain point, you'll meet up with a creek, and you follow that until it's joined by another creek, and you head up the other creek for a little ways, and then there'll be a cave kind of built into the side of a large hill, and it would look like it's actually built into the side of the hill, carved out, and that is where the ogres live.
Okay. So I think we want to follow until we get to the second creek, and then start moving very slowly and carefully. Perhaps maybe off the creek itself some, so that
Yeah.
like we can come at this a little more protected.
Well, when you get to the other creek, you see some warning signs. You see signs of ogre activity. There are some cow heads placed on spikes, not really spikes, just like poles that have been driven into the ground, and there's a cow skull, bleached by the sun, resting there, one on either side of the creek. It looks like maybe there used to be markings on them, but they've faded away with time and the sun bleaching.
Okay. Perhaps we should follow this creek like from 25, 50 feet to one side or the other of it. If there's like some cover, if there's like some heavy brush on one side or something, so that we're not just walking straight up this creek to their home, but maybe coming at it from a little more, from either like a side and perhaps like a little more cover protected.
I agree. Croak, I believe this is also one of those situations where you should have a healthy lead on the party. You have a better
Okay.
chance of not being spotted than we do, and I'd rather not be spotted by ogre scouts.
Agreed.
Stay
Probably
within
going to
bow
have, like,
range if you could.
Yes, I'll stay maybe within 100 feet of you.
All right, I will do this. So I basically begin using my just move stealthily, like move silently, and if there's and it's just slow going. Basically, I'm moving silently. If there's a chance, if I like hear something, or if I get the immediate knowledge of ogres nearby, I might attempt to hide in shadows.
Sure. What is your move silently chance?
It's 55.
Okay. So you start creeping up this creek, moving from large shrub to large shrub. You get maybe 500 feet away from the party, which takes you a good while since you're moving so carefully.
We don't stay that far behind. Like
Yeah, we
follow
keep
him,
up.
but at a good distance.
What
100
distance?
feet. 100
What's
feet?
the? Hold on, let me see what the range of my bow
What's
is.
medium range on a longbow?
Yeah, I think it's right around. Oh shit! I moved to a different table. Fuck.
It's 100 yards for my sling. But if I really want to help, I need to be closer than 100 yards.
Yeah, hold on.
Medium range on a long bow with sheaf arrows is 100 yards.
That's 300 feet.
What's short
So
range?
300 feet, not 500.
Yeah, short
Okay, well,
range is 50 yards.
So 150 feet.
That's
Yeah.
probably not far enough.
Okay, 300 feet. We'll stick
Yeah,
with that.
we'll stay with 300 feet. I
Sure.
can deal
That's
with
the size of a football field. Like
That's a
maybe like a
pretty
little
far,
bit
but-
within it, so that he never like gets out of that range, like 280. But yeah, basically.
so you can move 120 yards in a round.
Yeah.
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 We just want to make sure that he doesn't get like so far away that he is like completely helpless and without any
Right.
sort of aid if he gets spotted.
At 300 feet, he's kind of hard to notice when he moves. He's a thief after all. He's doing a good job hiding from these bushes. So you do your best to stay within 100 yards of him.
Yeah, if we have to get a little bit closer, that's fine. We just want to
Right.
keep a good distance.
Right. But he is disappearing and reappearing. You're like, oh shit, he's too close. Oh wait, no, now he's too far. You know, there's a little confusion. It's
That's fair.
it's
Yeah.
what's to be expected. But Croak, you come up this creek, hiding behind these bushes, and you look across to the other side after a good ways, after a good 500 feet or so, and you see the side of what looks like a man-made cave opening. There's a large wooden beam supporting a crossbeam that looks like it frames the mouth of a cave, but you're seeing it from the side. Also out front are two more stakes in the ground, and these have rotting human corpses on them.
Okay.
Shit.
Relatively fresh, maybe the last week.
Do they look like the merchants that we saw slain earlier today?
They are naked,
Okay.
so hard to tell what
Fair.
class they come from.
I look down. Do I see like ogres immediately in the mouth of the cave or nearby, seemingly on watch?
You see no ogres.
Okay. I stand up and kind of make a motion to the party to come to me.
Okay. We'll come up then.
Yeah, we move slow. Trying to
Um,
go as quietly as I can in metal armor.
Well, I don't see any way of checking if they've got the coin other than to get a look at it ourselves.
I say I want y'all to stay here with your bows and slings ready. I'm gonna go down and see if I can't see my way in. If
Wait.
I sense a little bit of danger, I'm gonna be hauling ass back here, and I'm gonna need you to cover me.
Sure.
Wait,
if you start hauling ass, we'll start hauling ass once you reach us.
Croak. Wait there a second, and I'll cast invisibility on Croak.
Oh shit, son!
Oh,
So we
man.
should be able to tell that pretty easy. And
And you were saying clerics are better than mages.
while he's gone, Neil, I'm going to just relearn invisibility if I can. I think it takes 20 minutes, so if he's gone long enough, I'll just relearn that.
Okay.
I'll keep
Okay,
it out.
so
Oh, because you can fucking relearn spells on the fly because
Yes.
you're
right.
permanently well rested. Oh, that's so broken.
Yeah, I imagine a potion of vitality has to be pretty rare.
Yeah.
All right, so I turn invisible, and
Holy shit.
I leave my pack here, so I'm lighter.
hmm
And I begin moving silently, but this time I'm not really worried about being seen. I just move as silently as possible down to the cave entrance to kind of get a look in.
All right.
Malachi, how long does invisibility last?
Until he breaks it or goes to sleep.
Yep.
So you get to the edge of the cave. poke your head in, and because as I said before, you're coming at it from an angle. It's like the cave mouth is out this way, you're coming from here, so you can't see in the cave until you're actually right up near it.
My intention is to get to like the edge of where the cave starts, right, and like be able to poke my head around, right? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
in the middle of it.
Yeah, so you come and poke your head around, and you see 5 large, fat, baby ogres. Maybe not babies. They're about the size of goblins now, but they're a little bit chubby. And they seem to be playing with some bones of some humanoids. They're not dressed in any sort of clothing whatsoever.
Okay.
Further in the cave, because the cave is big. It's 15 feet tall, and looking in, it looks like it's 40 feet deep. It's this big, just like... It's just kind of like this rounded, carved-out section. Doesn't look like it's complicated beyond that. So 15 feet tall, maybe 30 feet wide, 40 feet deep. It's a big freaking cave entrance.
Can I see the back of it with the light that comes in from
Absolutely. And
Okay.
in the back of it, you see 2 other ogres.
the... Uh-huh.
Where are my notes? One of them has what looks to be some sort of ogre-sized leather armor on. It looks like multiple different pieces of leather that have been stitched together to form some sort of like ogre leather armor. Beside him is a large shield, which would be kind of like a small shield for an ogre. And leaning up against the wall next to him is a very large spear. The other ogre, is dressed similarly, but without the armor and shield. So he's got some like furs, he's got some rags on him. Both of these guys are very lean and thin, unlike their children, which seem to be fat. These people are quite slender. They're each about 9.5 feet tall. They probably weigh 300, 350 pounds because they're tall, but they're very thin, very lanky. And they both seem to be male. You think. You've never
Okay.
seen an ogre female, but you think
What
you could
else?
tell them apart.
What else do I see in this cave? Do they have piles and piles of riches from caravans they've stolen? Are there wagons in here? Is it just a 40-foot empty rock crevice with 7 ogres in it?
There are a bunch of boards and planks that look like they've come from a wagon that have been broken off. They're stacked like firewood on one side. There are a couple of large chests that have been pulled out. One of them is knocked over and upside down. Looks like it's empty. The other has the lid open, but you can't see into it because it's too far away.
Okay. So I need to see that.
There is a small rack that is hanging with meat over it, like it's being dried or it was being smoked. Now it's just being left to hang. There's just like piles of rags and what probably once was nice fabric that is being laid out like it's a carpet on a floor. There are a couple of furs lying about too, and the kids are playing with, I said, bones. One of them's playing with a skull, but still, has the flesh on it and everything. A head, I guess, is what we call those. What else is in here? I think that's it.
Okay. One chest seems unlikely to be all of the caravans have been disappearing here. But it only takes one to hold 1,000 platinum pieces. So maybe these guys got the one that's really important. So I need to see it. I walk 50, 60 feet away from the entrance. And there's a crick here. I find a big old rock.
All right. As you pick up this rock, you see another ogre outside coming your way down the creek. So
Okay, I pick up the rock and I watch.
okay.
Does the rock turn invisible when he picks it up?
You can't see from your distance.
I'm
Oh, that's a
talking
good
for
point.
him. I'm talking
Can I
for him.
Yes.
squat over the rock?
You can squat. What do you mean squat? Just like
Can I just wait? I've picked out the rock to pick up, but I just sit and wait and watch.
Sure,
Just
yeah.
what happens.
so you see. So the creek is comes up here and it goes around this curve, and where the curve is where the ogre camp is. So you guys were coming up here, and you couldn't see the entrance. And now Croak, you're over here, and you see an ogre coming down this section of the creek. So eventually if this ogre continues in this direction, they'll come around to see where the creek is from the other side. They'll probably see the party, actually.
Well, I suppose we see this guy eventually.
Right, but you don't know about this yet.
Yeah, okay.
Croak's
Just
only
as
in a
long as-
position to see it. Did that description make sense?
So the way you described it is he's
Yeah.
not following the creek. He's actually going around the way we came.
No, I'm doing a
but-
bad job of describing. Hold on.
But he might be coming around to go inside.
Let me
And that's
just.
what I thought he was doing, but I figured he was going to go down the creek, and we were like, 50 feet or more away, right?
So this right here is a creek. I know
Okay.
it's green, but it's a creek.
Sure.
There's a cave entrance over here, and the party was coming up this way. Think about a large hill here and a large hill there, right? So this is like the little valley between them. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So there's an ogre over here heading this way, and Croak can see the party, and Croak can see the ogre, but the ogre and the party can't see each other.
Yeah.
So if the ogre gets to here, he'll see the party potentially.
Potentially.
How do I ping?
Use the top left one to select, and then click and
Just
hold.
hold.
Yeah.
So we're like up here now, right?
Okay, so right here,
Mhm.
I guess I'm brown, is where the ogre will see the party.
Yeah, somewhere in that area. So if the party's over here, he'll see them when he gets to like there-ish or whatever. Of course, this is not to
Well,
scale, so
I'm
don't.
going to come to the creek here, pick up a rock,
Mhm.
and toss it this way over
Right. Okay.
over here towards kind of the direction the party is, so that it makes a big splash. And I'm gonna holler something like, "All the ogres are come be in this area. I bet they got great loot. They're gonna be easy pickings. Bet I wonder if they're even brave enough to come out and catch us." And I throw the big rock and splash, and then I walk like this direction away from the rock over here, and like just I'm invisible, but I guess I still just out of habit hide in shadows and see if I can't. My intention here is to alert the party that something is definitely wrong because I'm shouting loudly about ogres. And then what I really hope is this ogre coming up kind of like goes that direction because he's stupid, right? Deception should be easy. And maybe I get the ire of the two ogres in the cave, and they come out to investigate as well. And maybe the party will be high on alert, and then they will see these ogres coming out and run off. And I can come in and look at this chest.
How many minutes has it been, Neil, since Croak left? Has it been enough to relearn Invis?
Let's see how it takes 10 minutes per spell level. Invisibility is level 2.
20 minutes.
Yeah. I think it's been far less than 20 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I-
So, Croak, you throw this rock, you shout out, you start to move across this thing. Malachi and Van Helsing, when you hear Croak's shouting, what do you do?
He doesn't turn invisible when he throws the rock, does he? No.
No, this is
Okay,
not an
good.
attack. This is just a gentle
I was extremely
toss.
worried for a second then that you were going to fuck us.
If he had thrown it specifically at something, like at
Yeah.
like a sign, and tried to hit the sign, that would be an attack.
You put us in a difficult position here because as players, we know what's happening. But,
Yes.
Should we make intelligence checks? Would that be a
I-
fair way to handle this?
I think you guys should do the best of your role-playing ability and do what you think should be done.
Okay, so we hear a big splash in the water, and then we hear Croak call out the words he was saying. We don't
Yeah.
see anything yet, but we heard that, right?
Yep.
Well, I mean, he's trying to get the ogres to come out of the cave, so I'm pretty sure we want to get out of view of the entrance of the cave, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
they-
I think that'd be the smart move. We know he's invisible now, so I don't think we can really help him if he needs to run from anything, anyways, because we don't know what to do from there.
Yeah.
So I when I hear him make that splash, I think it's a reasonable thing to assume that he's trying to lure them out. So I think we should probably move back a ways.
So where do you guys go?
Is there a tree that we could all sort of get behind and poke our heads out to look?
Yeah,
every now and
No
I wanna
tree
like-
will support all 5 of you behind it.
Okay, is there a collection of trees and shrubbery?
Not in a close area. You could spread out over like a
Yeah.
80-foot distance to get
Like,
behind various things.
I think
I
the
think we-
important thing is that we want to move back from the creek at this point. We want to stay like away from the entrance of the cave. We want to get back from anything, probably a few hundred feet, and just kind of like get behind some sort of cover to obscure vision.
Is there a hill in this valley or not? Because I mean, it looks like a straight line. Like they're gonna see. We need to get behind something, or they're gonna see us. I whispered. I think we should spread out and get behind cover.
The dwarves begin to follow your orders.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we move back.
Yeah, back a little bit.
Back
Not
and
much.
out. You're gonna have to. It looks like each of you are gonna have to find your own
Yeah.
large form of cover.
That's fine.
And while
Well,
you're
then-
behind this cover, you won't be able to see what's happening on the other side.
Yeah, but we can
Well-
poke our head out every now and again to just.
Yeah. But if you, you can't be seen if you don't poke your head out, but you can be
Yes.
seen if you do. Anyway, so Croak, you see your party kind of like stand still, talk, and they kind of just scatter to the sides like cockroaches in the light. And then you see this big bumbling ogre stomping in the direction of the cave. Let's give it. Check that out. Ooh, actually, no, we're doing. Never mind. Natural 20 is not good on a skill
Fuck you.
stat check.
No,
No,
it's not.
natural
It's
20 's-
the very worst he can do.
I
Yes.
actually really like that. How you have different rolls that you want to make, so it's not always that you want to roll a 20.
It gives you something different to hope for.
Yeah.
You know, it's a minor thing, but it's a nice one. So the ogre kind of bumbles over and starts saying "Orgaborga, Orgaborga," as it comes into the cave. Apparently, it speaks Swedish, and the other ogres get up and go over and they start jabbering at each other in some sort of language. Then the one that was coming over sits down, drops its spear that it was carrying, puts its feet up on one of the kids, puts its head back, closes its eyes, and begins to snore. The other two go back to what they were doing, which looks...
My screaming at them didn't get any attention at all.
It doesn't seem like anyone has reacted to your screaming in the slightest.
Interesting.
Yes.
I mean, even if they don't understand me, like, okay, strange.
Right, isn't it?
He's sleeping. There's two more. What do I have that makes noise? Do I have anything that makes noise? No. Okay. I move to the entrance of the cave and kind of view it, looking for the route to the chest that will take me the furthest distance from any ogre, right? Like, I don't want to walk too close to them. So I'm
Right.
gonna choose the route that's farthest away from any given ogre that will take me
That
to the
is
chest.
the dead center.
Okay.
The sleeping ogre is to the right, the children are to the left, the other two are kind of back on the side.
Okay. Then dead center it is. If that'll take me the farthest from them, I'm gonna move as silently as possible, and go look at this chest.
What's your wisdom score, Croak?
15.
Not bad.
Really
All
good.
right. Yeah, it's actually really good. As you walk past the snoring ogre, you see that its eye is open and like looking out because it's leaning with its head kind of towards the front, and it's clearly the one eye is open and looking in the direction of downstream.
Clever fucking ogre. Clever ogre. Okay. But I'm invisible, so I pass through it.
hmm
It's vision.
Yeah.
God, good work, Mr. Ogre. Yeah, I'm gonna walk up to that chest, moving as silently as I can, and take a look inside.
The chest is filled with platinum coins.
All right. Three ogres. We can kill them.
Not just platinum coins. I'm sorry. It's filled with copper and silver coins with a bunch of platinum scattered within it as well.
Okay. So it's
But
like
it's
100.
very likely that this is the taxes, because who else is gonna have a lot of platinum? Yeah.
Does it look like hundreds worth of platinum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Boy, howdy, do I want to just reach in and grab some.
We wait for your return.
Yeah.
I know. Okay, I leave as silently as I can and return to the party.
Okay.
And I tell them there are. Oh, by the way, hey guys, I'm invisible, but I'm here. It's safe to come out from behind all the trees. I saw you guys scatter. That was clever of you.
Okay.
Neil,
Did-
quick mechanical question.
Yeah.
So you can auto kill someone if they're not aware that you're there and you're not in combat, right?
No, you can auto kill someone if they're asleep or if they're held.
Okay, so like if he were to sneak up behind that ogre, he had no idea he was there. He couldn't just like knife his throat and kill him.
No.
Okay.
But it'd be a heavy advantage, you might get.
Yes, you
Lots
get
of critical.
surprise +4 to hit.
But there's no critical.
Probably backstab would be
Oh
reasonable.
yeah, but there's no.
I think
oh,
a
yeah.
backstab would be reasonable if the ogre's lying on the ground and you go and stab it in the throat. That sounds reasonable to me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, well,
But ogres are like 6 hit dice. Like I don't even think I can kill them.
There's some
Yeah.
number of hit dice.
Ogres-
I am almost certain they're like 5 or 6. But
if you tell us that there's 3 of them,
party. Anyway, guys, come out of the trees. Let me talk to y'all. I'm
I-
not going to turn on invisible because I like this. I think I want to keep this. Malachi,
Right.
we need to get together and work on using this to our advantage.
Here.
But I found the taxes. There's clearly a chest with hundreds of platinum, and I cannot think of any other merchant that's wandering around with hundreds of platinum. That must be the taxes.
Okay.
Right now, there are 5 little baby ogres. One ogre that's pretending to be asleep and keeping a rather sharp eye out towards the creek where I threw that rock. I'm a little disappointed he didn't charge out with the. Oh, and there's 2 more in the back. So we're looking at 3 ogres right now, and all of them awake and ready to fight, and 5 little babies. I don't really feel 100% comfortable killing these people right now, but maybe you have some magic that would make them evacuate and run away from the tunnel.
Here- I don't think there's any safe way to take this money without having to deal with them first. Right? That chest is going to be very, very heavy. It will take multiple people and a very slow pace
Yeah.
to get out of there. And what I think we need to do is wait for the night. We could probably wait until we've all gotten a full night, or at least I have, since Malachi has become fucking Superman. We should wait. Malachi can cast invisibility on the rest of the party if he can memorize it enough times.
I could do that.
Uh,
However, I could hear me out here, right? I could put the cloud that I used to take out the rats, right? I could put that in the entrance of the cave, and then I could roll a ball of fire through the cave. If try and kill as many as I could with that. If they want to come out to get us, they'd have to run through the cloud.
The only issue I have with that plan, I'm not worried about the gold, right? You're not going to set metal on fire, but it
No.
is in a chest, and I don't want to burn the container that we need to carry it in.
I'm a
Well-
little worried, seeing as there's 5 babies in there, about attracting too much undue attention. Those 5 babies did not come from the 3 ogres in there, right? There's going to be more out there somewhere. If we do that big giant cloud and a big fireball, we could very well attract everyone's attention.
Perhaps we could sleep out here in the wilds, have people keep watch.
I could keep watch.
Yes, and Croak, you could stay invisible and try to memorize their patterns when they leave the cave, when they go out, and we could try to sneak the money out while they're not there.
I don't think we're going to be able to sneak the money out.
I think that they're a little bit cleverer than just leaving it unguarded. It seems to me that the 2 in the cave are probably there to keep an eye on the babies, yes, but also their valuables. And the other one was completely untaken by my clever ruse to get him out of the cave, and yeah, I don't think it's ever going to be an issue of just sneaking and taking it. If we can kill 3 ogres, can we do it very, very fast and safely?
No.
I could potentially put them to sleep.
I don't know how many of them you could put to sleep is the issue. I imagine your spell has its limits, Malachi.
1 or 2, perhaps. Probably 1.
I would be concerned that perhaps you would put the babies asleep and
I
not
can-
the ones that matter.
I can target the spell.
Perhaps.
If I could put that one pretending to be asleep for good. No one would even notice. You could go in there and kill him.
There's 2 more.
Is the
Yeah,
entrance to the cave covered with things that could be used to entangle them? I think that's a question Neil's gonna have to answer. Like, are there like grasses and bushes right around the entrance to the cave that they'd run into if they tried to charge out?
No, the front of the cave is well cleared from any bushes. It's
What
a
about
well-traveled area, and
I
there's
mean,
just
it's right next to a river, so no grass.
there's grass down by the river itself, but not at the mouth of the cave.
Okay.
Wait.
This is a huge. I mean, this could turn.
We could get back here tomorrow. Maybe we should go back and tell the Baron that we know where the taxes are and come back with more men.
Maybe we just don't get the taxes at all. Like it was our job to find out what happened, and we did do that. I think we're so close to getting it ourselves that perhaps we should try. But if it's beyond our doing, then perhaps we just complete our job and be on our way. Let the Baron
Perhaps
and
we
men
should
come
spend
back.
the night on this. We should rest for the night, and we should think over our options.
Maybe if more of them turn up during the night, then we know not to try. I can take watch.
Yes, Malachi, you can take watch. Can you? You can just memorize spells on the fly at the moment, can't you?
Yes, I could
Could
take
you-
watch, invisible.
Could you take watch invisible, but also
fact-
gratify invisibility on the party over the course of the night?
You guys
Should
see
last.
one of the ogres poking his head out of the cave, looking each way.
Yeah.
And pokes his head back in.
Yeah. Does invisibility wear off when I go to sleep, Neil, or when the
It
person
doesn't
who's
wear off
invisible
when anyone
goes
goes to sleep. It specifically says when somebody dispels it.
Right,
Does
but
go to sleep. Neil's, we've said that.
yeah, that's I guess another one of the house rules that otherwise, if you cast an invisibility spell on yourself, you could stay invisible for years
It's
as
24
long as
hours is the limit.
Does
No,
it
it's
say
not.
that?
It's in the it says right here. Spell remains in effect until it is magically broken or dispelled, until the wizard or recipient cancels it, until the recipient attacks any creature, or until
Yeah.
24 hours have passed.
Huzzah! I've just been saying sleeping as a rule because I didn't see the invisibility in the.
Yeah. So,
So it
I
takes
asked,
24 hours. So yeah, I could invisibility the whole party over the
yeah.
night.
So I just say like, just gradually learn invisibility again and again over the night, and cast it on all of us while we're asleep, and then we can we'll all be invisible at least by the end of the night, and then we can go over our options in the morning.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll take watch.
What? Other than like not being seen, what does that accomplish?
We won't be found in the night, ideally. Like, nothing's going to stumble upon us while we're trying to rest. And then, if it turns out that we can do something to get the ogres, we're guaranteed surprise.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna be very hard to coordinate anything when everyone can't see anyone.
That's fine.
It's
And
true.
I
I,
guarantee you there's more ogres than like 3 right now. 3 and some babies is like our best odds. Like
Well-
it's not getting better than that.
I can keep a close watch on the door, invisible, all night, and see if any more come.
That's true.
I
think
mean,
we should-
I'm all for being invisible all the time. Like if you want to cast invisibility on me while I'm sleeping, like joyous. Like let's do it.
Yeah, I don't know if we should necessarily go in, but I think we should rest here for the night and go over our options in the morning. Right? I think
All
let's
right.
give ourselves some
I-
time to brainstorm.
I take my my candle out of my bag and I like shove it into the ground a little bit, and I say, "In the morning, you won't be able to see anyone, but gather around this; it'll be lit."
Don't light this during the night. Don't.
I
get the
won't.
ogres.
I won't. I won't. So let's all stay here for now.
Maybe we
start
should
casting
retreat a
spells.
short distance. They won't.
Yeah.
So that
Okay.
while we're visible, we're a good distance from the cave.
Okay. So let's retreat back like 500 feet or something.
Yeah,
All right,
we know
you guys retreat further. You're now 800 feet from the cave,
I mean, we could even go a bit further. What do you think?
900 feet from the cave.
Let's make it an even 1,000.
But we could go like a 20-minute walk away.
That's true.
Don't you think? Although, by the ogre cave,
Let's not go that far. Let's not go that far because there could be more around here. Let's just go a short distance, set up somewhere that's like in a reasonable amount of cover, and then sleep for the night.
okay. So I start chaining invisibility spells now.
Okay.
Should we take a break before we come back?
I think that's a perfect time to take a break. Why don't we see you guys all on the other side before the ogre advancement? Ta-ta.
Before the what? Sorry.